Tonight, we report on a possible rate increase for Grant PUD customers, and hundreds of kids take part in trick-or-treating events. What's happening in sports, Bob?
It was an exciting weekend of Basin High School football as league champions were crowned. Let's take a quick peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Hi everyone, I'm Tasselyn Rodriguez. The frontal system will remain shifting towards the northeast, bringing drier conditions for our area. I'll have more details for you in just a bit.
I'm Amber Jinks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Residential Grant PUD customers will see a 1.6% rate increase if the 2016 budget passes as proposed. The Grant PUD is holding 2 public meetings on November 10th to discuss the rate changes. The first meeting is scheduled for 2 p.m. at the PUD Commission Room, located at 30 C Street Southwest in Ephrata. The second is at 6 p.m. at the Moses Lake Civic Center Auditorium, located at 401 South Balsam Street. The PUD is planning on implementing annual revenue increases over the next 10 years, while overall expenditures projected to drop for the 3rd consecutive year. To achieve the 2% annual increase, rates are expected to change for all customers in 2016. Rate increases listed in the proposed budget include residential customers' rates increasing by 1.6%, irrigators' rates increasing 3.3%, and industrial customer rates climbing 5%. Students at Ephrata Middle School celebrated Halloween with their annual carnival, which also marked the end of the first quarter of the school year. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
Ephrata Middle School ended their first quarter of the 2015 school year last week and got a chance to celebrate Halloween at their annual carnival. Students got to play games and win prizes courtesy of the school's ASB club, and Principal Kenneth Murray said it's a great way to cap the first part of the year.
This is one of those opportunities where our kids get a chance to come in and just release a lot of that energy that gets pent up when we're working hard in the classroom. And our ASB does a phenomenal job raising money so we can do events like this. And it's just neat to see a lot of smiling faces and kids just enjoying a good time in a safe environment.
How long does it take you guys to put this all together and put it on?
Well, if we have a good amount of people, it takes about 30 minutes. And then we have it for about 2 hours, and then we clean up in 30 minutes. So,
yep. We're really fortunate. Our kids step up and they do all the setup, all the cleanup, all the same day. They do a great job. All the planning kind of happens behind the scenes, and our ASB students do that in their meetings. They've done a great job.
In Ephrata, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
A man was sentenced to 3 months in jail after he beat his daughter with an electrical cord. Laurel Ramirez Moctezuma, a 40-year-old Warden resident, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to assault of a child in the 3rd degree. Ramirez Moctezuma has 1 previous felony conviction for assault of a public safety officer. When combined with his current conviction, he faced between 3 and 8 months in jail. Judge John Nodell followed the attorney's recommendation and sentenced Ramirez Moctezuma to 3 months in jail. Prosecutors Alan White stated the defendant got carried away when he disciplined his child and left several bruises on his daughter. The state believes 90 days in county jail time is an adequate amount of punishment. Ramirez Moctezuma hit the 8-year-old girl because she was making herself vomit to lose weight. Warden police noted the girl had old and new bruises on her arms, hips, thighs, back, and rear. The eastbound lane of Interstate 90 on the Vantage Bridge, which was closed during the summer, was reopened on Sunday. Crews have been repainting the bridge across the Columbia River since May, leaving 1 of the 2 eastbound lanes closed. The majority of the 52-year-old bridge was last painted in 1984 and had the protective coating had deteriorated, exposing the steel framework to the weather and other elements. According to the Washington State Department of Transportation, the eastbound lane will close again when work is resumed next spring. The project is expected to be completed in the fall of 2016. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.
My name is Kat Sanderson, Managing Broker for Pillar Rock Realty Group. We love the Columbia Basin because it's our home, and we want to give back to our community by kicking off our Pay It Forward campaign. If you buy or list with us, we will donate 1% of our total proceeds to a local charity of your choice and in your name. Call us today at 754-4444 or visit pillarrockrealty.com because we are your local real estate experts.
Hi everyone, I'm Chaselyn Rodriguez bringing you your local weather information. This weather segment is brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. We will get a decrease in temperatures for this week around the normal for this time of year for our area. For tonight, cooler temperatures, however, slightly above the normal for this time of year. Those clear skies, dry weather, and those winds pushing through from the northwest pretty calmly will bring us a decrease in temperatures, a wide spread of freezing temperatures around the region. For the remainder of the week, we're expecting those temperatures overnight to be from the upper 20s to lower 30s below freezing. And for this week, towards the Pacific Northwest, Winter Weather Awareness Week. Stay safe, stay prepared, stay warm, but most importantly, stay informed. Let's take a look at the almanac within the past 24 hours. We started off the morning with temperatures around the normal in the lower 30s, maximum temperatures around the normal in the lower 50s. Not as warm as that record high of 65 degrees, and that was in 1970. That sunset at 4:40 p.m. And for Moses Lake, temperatures in around the normal as well in the lower 30s, maximum temperatures in the mid 50s, not as warm as that record high of 63 degrees. Let's take a look at our conditions. Right now, temperatures in the upper 40s, partly cloudy skies. Those winds pushing through pretty calmly from the northwest up to 5 miles per hour. That frontal system will remain exiting the region, shifting towards the northeast, bringing dry conditions, mostly clear skies around our area. Some cloud cover, a spotty shower or two towards the western parts of our states, but we're expecting dry conditions within the next few days with mostly clear skies and winds pushing through from the northwest, and that will bring us that decrease in temperatures. Maximum temperatures towards the coastal area from the upper 40s to lower 50s, mostly sunny skies towards the Yakima Valley in the lower 50s, and towards the inland northwest, those temperatures from the mid 40s to upper 40s with mostly cloudy skies and that wintry mix along southern parts towards our area, mostly sunny skies, especially towards the west, towards Bridgeport in the lower 50s with mostly sunny skies. Some cloud cover along Moses Lake in the lower 50s with mostly cloudy skies, and towards Ephrata, mostly sunny skies. Let's take a look at the extended forecast for the week. Maximum temperatures around the normal for this time of year in the lower 50s with mostly sunny skies for tomorrow, Tuesday, and even for the second half of the work week, we're expecting mostly sunny skies. Even into Thursday, average temperatures for this time of year, some cloud cover pushing through our area on Friday, and there is a slight chance of some precipitation for the weekend as another frontal system will approach the area by the weekend, bringing us that threat of showers and even possible thunderstorms. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be right back with sports.
Paying your Grant PUD bill with ePay is like getting free cuts in line. You pay when you want, how you want. Get free cuts in line with Grant PUD ePay. Visit grantpud.org.
Oh, dude, I'm just in the theater. It's totally cool.
Ah.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go Flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
Moses Lake and Davis went at it on the gridiron in Yakima with the league title on the line. And if you didn't have a chance to catch the game, you missed a good one. Moses Lake held off Davis 20-18 on the road to claim its first outright Big 9 championship in school history. It was a wild back-and-forth contest that wasn't decided until the final seconds had ticked off the clock. Davis put 6 on the board with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. The 2-point conversion failed and the Pirates held a 6-0 lead. Moses Lake sputtered on its first couple of offensive possessions, but the Chiefs' D came up big on a 4th down stop at their own 13 and then drove the length of the field for the go-ahead score on the first of 3 Draven Navarez touchdowns. Up 7-6 late in the first half and Davis threatening with the go-ahead score, the Moses Lake defense came up big again when Tanner Hassett picked off a Pirate pass at the Chiefs' 10 as time expired. Navarez hit pay dirt a second time midway through the third quarter to push the Moses Lake lead to 14-6. Davis responded with a 60-yard TD pass and catch. The 2-point conversion failed, but the Pirates had closed the gap to 14-12. Davis was poised to regain the lead with a minute left in the quarter, but Ricardo Gonzalez came up big with this blocked field goal attempt, and the Pirates were denied. Navarez broke the plane of the Davis goal a third time with a minute to go in the game, and the Chiefs got a bit more breathing room 20-12. But the Pirates weren't done. Davis hung 6 on the board late, but the 2-point conversion came up short, and Moses Lake walked off the turf at Zeffel Stadium as the 2015 Big 9 champion. Freda was looking for a big bounce-back game at home after being shut out on the road in Prosser last week. Were the Tigers able to knock off the top dog in the league? Sean Wells was on hand for the action and files this report.
The Tigers were looking to pull the upset against one of the top teams in the state, but they had their hands full with Ellensburg. The Bulldogs jumped out early and often cruising to a 33-0 lead at halftime. Quarterback Donnie Ellersick did it all for the Bulldogs, throwing for 2 scores and rushing for 1 in the first half. Ellensburg came out strong again in the second half when Ellersick hooked up with Bryce Helgeson for a 36-yard touchdown. The rout was on, but the Tigers found success late in the fourth quarter when backup quarterback Zach Berryman found Blake Larkin for a 35-yard score. The Bulldogs would take the contest 54-6 and remain undefeated on the season at 9-0. Donnie Ellersick finished 16-25 for 221 yards and 3 touchdowns. He was also the leading rusher for the Bulldogs with 88 yards and a score.
A nice run this time, gets to the outside. He's still on his feet. Tight rope in the sideline, they'll say he's still.
Bryce Helgeson had 7 catches for 99 yards and a touchdown for Ellensburg, while Blake Larkin led Tiger receivers with 35 yards. The Tigers close out the season with a home match against Toppenish on Thursday.
Ball is on the ground, ball is loose.
I think Freda might come up with that ball.
And they do. Number 75.
Elmira Cooley Heartline hit the road to Odessa Harrington to battle it out with the Tigers for the Northeast 1B conference title. Here's Sean Wells with the story.
Elmira Cooley Heartline went on the road to Odessa and laid the hammer down, knocking off the Tigers 58-14. Both teams were 7-1 going into the game with their sights set on making the playoffs. Odessa put points on the scoreboard first on a 1-yard Sage Elder touchdown run. The Warriors came right back with a Dallas Isaac 20-yard touchdown followed with a 2-point conversion to go up 8-6. The Warriors would go on to score 36 straight points to dominate the second and third quarter, taking a 44-6 lead. ACH would add on a couple late scores in the fourth quarter, and one more Odessa touchdown would close out the match. The Warriors finished with 468 yards of offense, with 371 coming on the ground. Star quarterback Dallas Isaac threw for 97 yards and 3 scores. Isaac also dominated on the ground, rushing for 203 yards and 3 touchdowns. Charles Hunt had 6 carries for 78 yards and a touchdown for the Warriors, while Peyton Nielsen had 47 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. The big win sets up a match at Republic for the Northeast 1B Championship this Friday.
We'll wrap up our regular season football coverage tomorrow and bring you Basin soccer and volleyball playoff action as well. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
The Dodge brothers' competitive spirit and engineering prowess started long before they built their first car, and will continue long after their latest, the most technologically advanced vehicle in its class.
Our spotlight story tonight is about annual trick-or-treating events on both Friday and Saturday in Ephrata and Moses Lake. Reporter Joe Utter was there and has the story.
Between the wind on Friday and rain on Saturday, the weather didn't really cooperate for trick-or-treaters, but it didn't stop hundreds, if not thousands, of people who made their way to downtown Moses Lake and Ephrata. Kids of all ages marched through downtown Ephrata on Friday night from 4 to 6. More than 30 businesses participated in this year's trick-or-treating event, organized by the Ephrata Chamber of Commerce. Some business owners even donned their own costumes along with the children. The Ephrata American Legion also hosted a Halloween carnival, and kids were able to take part in trunk or treat and a costume contest with kids judging the adults' costumes and adults judging the kids. Steady rain Saturday night didn't hamper the annual downtown trick-or-treat event sponsored by the Moses Lake Chamber of Commerce. 3rd Avenue was closed off for hundreds of trick-or-treaters who took part in the annual event that gives them a safe and family-friendly way to enjoy Halloween. More than 50 businesses participated, and besides trick-or-treating, kids could get their face painted, take photos at Cinco Square, or with this guy. Halloween night finished off with the Moses Lake High School's community trick-or-treat event, open to kids ages 2 to 10. Families were lined up out the door much of the night as they were able to walk through the halls of the high school, which were decorated for the holiday. The annual event is sponsored by the Moses Lake Associated Student Body. The Key Club also had a photo booth set up where families could get their picture taken before going through the hallway maze and pick up their picture before they leave. The Moses Lake High School band crew again set up their haunted house for visitors, featuring surprises and scares around every corner. Other Halloween events over the weekend included a Halloween carnival at Grocery Outlet in Moses Lake, a carnival at Mountain View Elementary School in Quincy, and the city's downtown trick-or-treating. Wilson Creek also held their annual Halloween carnival on Saturday to benefit the school's Future Business Leaders of America Club, who organized the event. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
Quincy Foods, LLC, a subsidiary of Norpac Foods, is seeking motivated individuals to fill the positions of general laborer for their corn harvest season. They have full-time seasonal openings, must be 18 years old and older, willing to work swing shift. Great people to work for in a challenging food processing environment. Apply at 222 Columbia Way in Quincy between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, or online through WorkSource. Quincy Foods is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Welcome back. The Grant County Sheriff's Office patrol dog Ryder has a new doghouse thanks to Royal Middle School class. Teacher Jens Jensen said he volunteered his class to build one of the doghouses for the new patrol K-9 units after Deputy David De La Rosa, Ryder's handler, asked for help to get the project done. Jensen started calling around for donations and quickly had enough money to buy the supplies. The total cost for the project was about $300. The students helped modify a design found online and construction of the doghouse, which measures about 6 feet long and 4 feet wide and is completely insulated. A second grader at Red Rock Elementary School in Royal City helped pick the name Ryder for the Grant County Sheriff's Office. A grant and hospital bond prevented Soap Lake's McKay Healthcare Center from shutting down. A ribbon cutting was held for the new boiler made possible by a $98,000 grant. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
A Paul Lozier Charitable Foundation grant and voter approval of a Columbia Basin Hospital bond issue prevented Soap Lake's McKay Healthcare and Rehabilitation Center from shutting down and moving patients elsewhere. That was what staff and board members said Thursday night at a celebration of the Soap Lake Nursing Home's new boiler. McKay Director Ralph Allen was one of them.
That's right. It would have been closure. It's just that simple.
Allen said the hospital district now faces a debt to Grant County of more than $900,000 that requires cutbacks. The new boiler is projected to save McKay $35,000 in annual fuel costs. Allen and McKay Board President Jennifer Schwartz were among staffers who highly praised and thanked the Lozier Foundation for the $98,000 grant. They asked the Lozier Foundation's trustee, Mike Tabler, to symbolically cut the ribbon on the new boiler, which has been running for about a month. Tabler explained why the grant was awarded to McKay.
McKay obviously provides an extremely important healthcare service to our communities, and in addition, it's a very important employer. So for those reasons, we were really excited to have a chance to make this gift to McKay.
The boiler was acquired from Ephrata's Columbia Basin Hospital when the hospital replaced its heating system during a remodeling and expansion project.
So thankfully for Paul Lozier Foundation, it came through, and now we're able to sustain McKay for our communities and for the residents.
McKay long-term care facility resident Patsy Wyrick volunteered to symbolically flip the switch on the new boiler. The 75-year-old failing boilers that were replaced still sit out of commission near the new boiler. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Put those pumpkins away and get creative with a paper bag turkey for Free Family Saturday in Moses Lake. The Moses Lake Museum and Art Center is holding Free Family Saturday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, November 7th. The event is open to all ages and held at the museum classroom inside the Moses Lake Civic Center. Supplies are provided for people to make paper bag turkeys. The program is funded by donations to the museum through its membership program, sponsorships, and annual silent auction. For more information, call 509-764-3830. American Legion Post and Unit 28 serves up a galloping breakfast on Saturday, November 7th. The event starts at 7:30 a.m. at the American Legion at 276 8th Avenue in Ephrata. The breakfast runs until 11:30 a.m. Cost for all Post and Unit members with paid 2015 membership is $3. Cost to all others is $5. Post 28 Adjutant Mike Montani flips the pancakes with other Post members cooking ham and eggs. Ladies auxiliary members volunteer as waitresses. Spokeswoman Jane Montani stated that galloping breakfast is a membership tradition that dates back to when people would ride their horses in, tie them up at the hitching post outside, and come inside for food and friendship. In Northwest news, Chipotle restaurants across the Northwest are closed after reported cases of E. coli linked to the restaurants. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
An E. coli scare has temporarily closed more than 40 Chipotle restaurants in the Northwest. Health officials say 22 E. coli cases in Washington and Oregon have been linked to Chipotle locations. 8 people have been hospitalized, but there are no reported deaths.
A significant proportion of patients have been hospitalized, which should remind us all that E. coli is a potentially serious infection.
The contamination has been linked to only 6 restaurants, but Chipotle says it closed more locations out of abundance of caution. The company says it will work with health officials to figure out what caused the contamination.
That's going to do it here for us at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.